Hi, it's Don Thornton. I'm a real estate investor here in Florida. My company is called HB Funding Inc. I have been a member of the Better Business Bureau since 2004. I have an A+ rating, and I specialize in short sales. And I would like to introduce you to one aspect of short sales that is very often misunderstood. Oftentimes, homeowners believe that they're not allowed to do a short sale if they're in an active bankruptcy or if the bankruptcy has been discharged. And that's absolutely not true. You can do it. And in fact, all sides are welcome to that happening because it disposes of the asset more quickly. And let's face it, and unless you've really piled up a bunch of debts, your house, your mortgage is your biggest debt. And if you're in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, it's all about getting out from under that load of debt and being able to move on with your life. Now, one common misperception homeowners have about bankruptcy, they think that if they file a bankruptcy, that means they no longer own the house. That's not true. When your Chapter 7 bankruptcy is discharged, you're still going to be the owner of the property. The only difference is that you don't have any financial liability or responsibility to pay the mortgage. That's done. But you got to remember, you've got apples, which is the house, who owns it, and oranges, the mortgage. They're not the same thing, okay? So all that's being done in a bankruptcy is your liability for the mortgage is gone, but you're still the owner of the property. So remember, in the state of Florida, all you can do, the only way to transfer real property, your house, for example, is with a deed. You are never going to sign a deed in a bankruptcy procedure. This will not happen. What's going to happen is that when the bankruptcy is discharged, your mortgage company is going to refile the foreclosure, and they're going to go through the whole court system again until a judge sets a foreclosure auction date. It is sold at auction, and then either an investor buys it or the bank will buy it, and then they'll put it on the market as a real estate owned property. So they're going to try to sell it and get whatever they can for it. So remember as well is that if you think that, okay, well, I got 7 years, I got to wait for 7 years 7 years for the bankruptcy, the clock's going to start to tick. It doesn't start ticking until that mortgage is closed out. So if the bank buys it at the auction and then they put it up for sale, it could be a year, 2 years before they sell it. Your mortgage is going to still be open. It's going to be an open account on your credit report, which is going to affect your credit negatively, even more so now. What we suggest is that you do a short sale now, so that way you don't have to worry about that, because then by the time your bankruptcy is discharged, this is going to be done too. So you'll be able to have the clock will start ticking on repairing your credit as soon as the bankruptcy is discharged. So what has to happen? It's very simple. You have to, hopefully you'll use us, because that's our service, is that we do short sales. Been doing them for, like I said, 18 years now. Is that you need to get our realtor to authorized as your listing agent to have her and her negotiating team negotiate the short sale with the bank. But the only difference is that because it's an active bankruptcy, your bankruptcy attorney as well has to authorize the realtor to talk to the bank. If an attorney is authorized, the bank wants to see permission from the attorney as well, not just from you. But after that, it's the same situation as before. The realtor negotiates with the bank, goes through the whole thing. The bank appraises the property. A buyer is found, the contract submitted, and if the bank agrees to it, then all that has to happen then is that your attorney then gives that to the bankruptcy trustee to ask him or her to approve it as part of the bankruptcy. And of course, that's great. Everybody likes that. It's a win for the bankruptcy trustee. That asset will be gone. That debt obviously will be gone with the bankruptcy. And you know that you're getting your credit restored is going to be going to be done more quickly, because that mortgage is going to be closed out, and the bank's happy because then they got a bad debt off their books, and they don't have to worry about dealing with the property once the bankruptcy is discharged. So I encourage you to if you have any questions, contact us. But that's a real short description of how to do a short sale in the middle of an active bankruptcy. And thank you for your attention.